I know Mr. Long and I know Mr. Edwards. I don't know Mr. Hodgie or Judge Maddox. Congratulations to all four of you, though. Judge Maddox, I think I'll start with you. I just want to talk about the law a little bit. I stipulate that you will follow the law and apply it to the facts of the case as you are guided, including but not limited to precedent. I thought the Supreme Court just handed down some really interesting decisions. One of them has not been talked about much, but I found it fascinating. Tell me about Moore v. Harper. That was the independent state legislature theory. What's that all about?
Good morning, Senator.
Good morning.
Yes, Moore v. Harper concerned whether or not the Elections Clause in Article 1 of the Constitution gave the state legislature sole authority to regulate elections for federal office in their states without any judicial oversight. And the Supreme Court held that the Elections Clause did not preclude judicial oversight of the legislature's regulation of federal elections.
I can tell you looked at the case. Here's one way of looking at it. Every state has a state constitution. And I want you to tell me if you think I'm wrong here. Every state has a state constitution. And in fact, many state constitutions preceded the federal constitution. And some of the provisions in our federal constitution were copied directly from state constitutions. And as I read Moore v. Harper, what the Supreme Court is saying to a state legislature is, look, yes, Congress gave you the power to draw congressional districts, but you've got to do it consistent with your state constitution. And so the state courts get to weigh in. And if the state courts don't render opinions that are consistent with the federal constitution, then the federal courts get to weigh in. What do you think?
I believe that that's a fair reading of, or maybe perhaps reading between the lines of that opinion. That particular question is not one that I'd considered previously, although I have reviewed that opinion.
Yeah, I just found the whole case very interesting because the theory of the plaintiffs was that state legislatures can do anything they want to do with respect to congressional reapportionment because Congress gave them power. But it ignored the role of the federal judiciary and the state constitutions, which, anyway.
Dear friends, this could be it. Solutions are now being proposed for Social Security's biggest issues. The Biden administration and lawmakers are considering new bills that could change everything. Monthly benefits will be expanded and not be cut. My dear friends, please make sure that you watch until the end of this video. Also, to say thank you for being part of this community. I will be announcing several winners this coming Friday for the Walmart gift card giveaway. My friends, if you would like to enter these weekly giveaways, please click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, dear friends, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. Among the chief proposals to fix Social Security before a major funding source runs out of money is to have wealthy Americans pitch in through higher taxes and lower benefits. One way to do that is through the so-called Buffett rule, named after mega billionaire investor Warren Buffett. According to the Obama White House National Archives, the name has its roots in an Obama-era economic policy, stating that no household earning more than $1 million a year should pay a smaller share of their income in taxes than middle-class families pay. The Obama administration previously proposed that no millionaire pay less than 30% of their income in taxes. The proposal was part of President Barack Obama's 2011 tax bill, while the Buffett rule inspired legislation known as a Paying a Fair Share Act. That legislation was first introduced and rejected by Congress in 2012. Similar legislation was introduced and rejected in subsequent years. Today, the Buffett rule and other proposals to draw more tax revenue from the wealthy have gained support as a way to save Social Security before the program's old age and survivors insurance trust fund is depleted. So that is expected to happen as early as 2032, leaving Social Security solely reliant on payroll taxes, which will only cover about 77% of current benefits. Biden's current plan would raise the income threshold on wages subject to Social Security payroll taxes. Currently, all wages above $160,200 are not subject to the taxes. Among Biden's proposal is to tax earned income above $400,000, leaving wages between $160,200 and $400,000 untaxed for this purpose. But another proposal that could bolster Social Security is the Medicare and Social Security Fair Share Act, which was introduced by Senate Democrat Sheldon Whitehouse. According to the Institute on Taxation and Economic Policy, it aims to reform the taxes that Americans contribute to the programs so that the richest 2% of Americans pay taxes on most of their income the same way that middle-class taxpayers already do. An analysis that was released this week, the Institute on Taxation and Economic Policy noted that high-income Americans are likely to receive much more of their income from investments, which are not subject to Social Security taxes. Under the Medicare and Social Security Fair Share Act, virtually no one outside of the richest 5% of taxpayers would pay more in taxes, while 93% of the total tax increase would be paid by the richest 1% alone in 2024. Bringing more tax revenue in from the wealthy would address a few main problems with Social Security taxes. One problem is that taxes that finance Social Security are regressive because they only apply to earnings, not investment income. And these earnings are capped at a level far below what the best compensated Americans make every year. Another problem is that Social Security as a whole is progressive because benefits replace a larger share of earnings for low-income individuals than high-income people. These dynamics contribute to a third of the problem. The share of total earnings in the United States that are subject to Social Security taxes continues to fall. Congressional Budget Office data showed that 90% of earnings in the United States were subject to Social Security taxes in 1983, but that share has fallen to 83%. The Medicare and Social Security Fair Share Act would help fill the gap by ensuring that well-off people pay a tax rate of 17.4% on their income to help fund Medicare and Social Security, whether that income is from wages or investments. Combined, these higher taxes could generate an additional $250 billion to fund Medicare and Social Security in 2024. Social Security benefits are a vital source of income for over 71 million Americans. The SSA sends Social Security payments over the course of each month. Checks are sent on the second, third, and fourth Wednesdays of every month, as determined by your date of birth. Remember, friends, that the July 19th is a payment date if your birthday falls between the 11th to 20th of any month. And if you don't receive your payment on your scheduled date, the Social Security Administration advises waiting 3 additional mailing days before reaching out to them. So, dear friends, what do you think will happen to Social Security benefits by the year 2032 Please let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Well, my awesome and amazing friends, thank you, my friends, for joining me here daily and for being part of this community. This coming Friday, I will be announcing more winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you'd like to enter these weekly giveaway, friends, please click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, friends, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. Thank you and have a wonderful and very blessed Wednesday.